Hello everyone, today I will be talking to you about some of the fragrances that I've used these past few days. So I have three fragrances here, two being the samples and one being a 30 ml bottle. So the first fragrance that I want to talk about is this one, La Nuit Tresor Musc Diamant by Lancome. So as you can see here, you have the bottle. I actually have the bottle of this, but I'm too lazy to go and grab it. So I just use this sample to talk about it. This fragrance is a love at first sniff for me. I am very much a fan of all the La Nuit Tresor line from Lancome. I like the sweetness of this line, and for this one I was expecting something sweet like the others, but the musk in here really surprises me, because for me, to my nose, the La Nuit Tresor, another flank of the same line, La Nuit Tresor, I think it's the parfum, parfum or what, I can't remember the name of that. Yes, it's La Nuit Tresor L'Eau de Parfum. The L'Eau de Parfum La Nuit Tresor, to my nose, is a kind of very messy musk. It's musky, but it's plasticky, it's synthetic, it's not too nice. So when I tried this one, it totally took me by surprise, because I never thought that they could really do musk as great as in here. The other musk that this compares to would be the musk done by Narciso Rodriguez. You know how well their musk is if you have really smelled their musk. So the musk in here is really much, it can compare to that level. It can compare to the musk in the Narciso line. It's really good, and it's smooth. It has a little bit sweetness mixed very well with the musk, and it become like a kind of like candy musk. It's very noticeable, but yet you will be comfortable wearing it, because it will be like a very natural musk instead of this synthetic plasticky type of musk that I find in the L'Eau de Parfum. So I really enjoyed this one, and I bought a full-size bottle of it since then. Another one that I want to talk about is Miu Miu Fleur de Argent, I think, Eau de Parfum Absolu. So I bought this one because I was crazy about tuberose, and I wanted to try anything about tuberose. So here is a bottle. So for this fragrance, what really took me by surprise is the tuberose in here. The tuberose is kind of heady, but it's not as heady as the one in the Gucci Bloom Natari, I think. This tuberose here is much more creamy. At the first spray, all I got was the musk, actually. So there are only three notes here. It's the musk and another woody notes, I think, and another is a tuberose. So the first spray is basically all the musk. It's quite plasticky. I was quite shocked when I got it. It's like I got an electric shock or something to my nose. I thought that I wouldn't like it upon the first few minutes that I sniffed it, but after a while the tuberose start to sneak in, and the tuberose, it gets softer, it gets creamier, it gets more thrilling, it gets creamier and more beauty. It's getting more and more appealing as time grows, and the tuberose grows with time, and this at last becomes a very creamy, appealing, and also quite good projecting tuberose. It's not like suffocating kind of tuberose. It's more like, you know that it's tuberose, you know that it's in the air, but you will enjoy it. That is the tuberose for me. That is the kind of tuberose that I'm searching for. And it's creamy, it's a little bit sweet, and it's like, like tuberose melting in the sun, that kind of smell. And it gets stronger as time grows. The tuberose really starts to, take the center of the show, and the musk slowly dies down. This is what I like about this perfume, when the musk dies down and the tuberose starts to take over. So if you are a fan of tuberose, I really recommend you to try this one, despite the negative comments that I've read on Fragrantica. Some saying that this tuberose is a little bit plasticky, but I don't think so. This tuberose is plasticky. I think it's rather natural. I think it can compare to the Gucci Bloom, the original Gucci Bloom. although it lacks the element of a green tuberose in here, it's rather like a tuberose which has already, if it's a fruit, then it will be a very ripened kind of tuberose fruit, if it is a fruit, I'm saying. So I enjoy this one also. I sprayed it 2 days in a row. I seldom do that unless I really like something and I really want to try something in, at a deeper level. So another fragrance that I'm totally crazy about is Pop by Stella McCartney. So it's just a small bottle, 30 ml. So before I bought this one, I never checked online on the notes and or anything, because when I smelled Stella by Stella McCartney, I really fell in love with Stella, because I thought that would be one of the most one of the best rose fragrance ever created in this century, I think. I think that one is very good rose. That one is very good. So I thought I would just, bite the bullet and bought this one. So when I sprayed this one, I was taken aback by surprise too. And I really like it. I didn't check the notes at first. I thought it's some kind of like peony, some kind of pinky flower, that kind of sweet, not candy sweet, but just a little tiny bit of sweetness from the flower after it is out there in the sun, with the honeybee buzzing around, that kind of sweetness, from from the flower. And it's a bouquet of flower, not just one. It's a lot of flowers. And then I checked the note on Fragrantica and I found out that there is no peony or any kind of pink flowers in it. Actually, this fragrance only has 3 notes. It's tuberose, frangipani. Sorry, it's not three. Yeah, it's 3 flowers, I think. There are other notes. Sorry, my mistake. Not 3 notes. There are so many notes. It's just that there are a few floral. It's just not the pinky floral that I expect. It's not peony. Definitely not peony. It's frangipani. It's tuberose. It's sandalwood. There's some kind of violet and violet leaves, I think, tomato leaves. So this really struck me as a very special one. I thought there would be some kind of rose or pink flowers in it, but there is definitely nothing of that. So where does that sweetness come from, I wonder? And upon second try and third try, and after checking the notes, I think the sweetness may come from the frangipani or the violet. If the sweetness is coming from the violet, I think I have fallen in love with violet because of this perfume. It's just so nice, so natural, and the longevity is amazing. I can smell it on me. I think, if people are around me, when they are near me, they can smell it. So it has decent projection, and the sweetness is one thing that will make people sniff it even more. They won't cover their, they won't, it won't choke people out because of the sweetness. It's not the candy kind of sweetness like like I've just described just now. It's more like a bouquet of floral with honey, and the honeybees are buzzing around. It's not that there is a note of honey in here, but it's just the kind of sweetness, the natural kind of sweetness that you get from nature. So I guess this is a very beautiful white floral fragrance. I am very surprised that it has got tuberose in it, because the indelicate tuberose is just not of its character in here. The tuberose in here is very lively, the tuberose is very vibrant, and also mixed very well with the violet and the frangipani. So I guess this these past few days has been a very floral day for me, and a very tuberosy days, and a few tuberosy days, I think, for me. So if you like the video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, and if you want to comment anything, please comment down below. That's all for me. See you next time. Bye.